It's going to work out for Miami, and Frey have still yet to force a save out of New York City's goalkeeper, Matt Freese. Will that change now? Messi carrying forward. Alba's in! Alba cross! Campana scores! The inevitables strike again! Just the one moment, just the one chance is all they need.
In the midfield, between the lines, running right at the back line. And look at Jordi Alba just time that run perfectly.
And are they checking this? John Freeman, he said, wait a second. They've now checked it. And now the corner from New York. Desperation time! Oh, yeah! The New York kid, James Sands at the death! Level at Yankee Stadium!
In-swinging ball, top of the six. Tomas Aviles not really getting a body on it, and a wide.
The way the second goal unfolded in Orlando Wednesday. Bringing the attack here for Abada! Ivacic the save! The second save! And then Abada! Bangs it home! The crowd finally crescendoing into the need of the goal.
It's a clever little ball in here from Bronico, which I really love. There it is, the little back heel, and Abada hits it first. Ivacic does well, but Abada stays in and around and alive. Oh, nice.
Forward from East Hartford, Connecticut, to Biel! Bullseye!
For Charlotte's second goal of the game, that's great stuff by Ajiman. It makes it look easy, honestly.
Biel.
Ajiman's in.
Patrick Ajiman! Number 8 for the New England native.
Eyes on the ball. A little start step before he hits it. Right into that corner. That's a really good finish.
Bronico. Ajiman to Varsh. Kerwin Vargas. Colombian wanted that celebration from the moment he got on the field. The famous flip for the fourth.
Passing the movement. There's a turn. Ajiman into Tavares. Little touch there. Through the legs. Vargas puts it into the corner.
Martinez, that's exactly where you don't want him to go if you're Frank Klobos and company. But also, too, don't forget about Marshall Reddy bombing forward on that right-hand side as well, who can create havoc as well as Caden Clark.
Nathan Saliba. This is well timed for Martinez. Martinez over Brady! And into the back of the net. The flag stayed down. The pass pinpoint, and the finish of a seasoned poacher.
Yeah, this is just what you get with time and space in the midfield. You can see here that he is on side. Just runs off the shoulder of that Chicago Fire defense, and then
Salquist shifted across in the end, and my question for you is, well, the old aphorism is, well, hold that thought, Mahalo Opoku, into Clark. Clark with Brady to beach! Clark looked Chris Brady in the eye, and he did not blink.
This is astonishing. The way that Opoku comes into the game and affects it immediately is exactly what Laurent Courtois wants.
This marvelous stretch of defensive form for Orlando City. We mentioned the 3 consecutive shutouts coming in, and Galese has only had to face 6 shots on target in that stretch. Here's Rossi, though, who scores! Diego Rossi for the 1-0 lead, and Columbus we saw just moments ago at the opposite end.
Really disappointed. You see O'Hady comes and drops really deep. He has no awareness that Columbus are pressing high. And then Rossi just looks to get that yard. He gets it. Unfortunate to be behind us in terms of how they gifted the goal to Columbus, but they're a good team.
Cucho plays ahead. AZ Jackson spins off Doggerdan, plays ahead. Orfston now for the Crew. Max Orfston works it in. Ramirez! Christian Ramirez for a 2-0 lead. And the Crew starting to roll now at lower.com field. That's his 8th goal of the season.
To a scenario, he doesn't have to go there, because then what he does, he makes the situation so much easier for AZ, because then he can play the ball out wide, and it's often we've already spoke about how.
Now Morera. Out wide, Orfston sends this ball in. Cucho make it 3. Suddenly the super sub is Cucho Hernandez. It's all Crew now rolling at lower.com field.
On the left for Ramirez, and we look now from the right as he picks the ball up here and he plays the ball in, and it's a wonderful ball in to Cucho, who is
Nico Ladero for Moriel, and now Facu Torres taken by Luis Moriel. Tracked by Matan, plays this ball ahead. This is Angulo, off the post, but the rebound is in. And finally the breakthrough for Orlando.
This evening, well, this time it's Columbus's time to switch off, because it's Chabot. You see the run from Angulo, great run, he's onside, he thinks he's got the goal, they hit the post for the...
Montreal's Matthew Chouanier, Leagues Cup, he had a couple of big denials of New York City players. So here we go, Luis Moriel to make it a 3-2 game, 78th minute, it is game on in Columbus.
You just see Moriel, great confidence, and we have a game now. And the interesting thing is,
Schulte on the goal kick. Janssen for Orlando. Here's Doggerdan under pressure, given away. Cucho in the 18, gives this. AZ make it 4 for the Crew. And is that the one that puts this to bed finally? AZ Jackson, first goal as a member of the Columbus Crew to make it 4-2.
because once again they contributed to their own downfall, trying to play in their own third of the defensive side.
That's now a 2-2 game.
You go, I know there's a few weeks left yet, but you get into the last weekend of the regular season.
Moriel with a shot goal, his second of the night. Schulte reaching out. It's a 1-goal game again, but perhaps less than a minute to play.
See it here, when he eventually looks to take aim, I think Schulte thinks he's got it covered, but it's just the bounce, just in front of him, just there.
Tolkien's ball in. He's got a piece of it. Tolkien gets the rest. We've got goal! The long wait is over. Dante Bonser breaks his personal deadlock for the first time in 140 days.
Well, it comes from the service, and it's a question mark of whether this ball will be onside or not from Tolkien. And
in a time of the season where goals matter more than ever before, Miranchuk did it so spectacularly against Miami on Wednesday. It's Miranchuk who scores brilliantly. 2 giant goals in 2 gargantuan Major League Soccer games for Alexei Miranchuk and Atlanta United back in the realm of relevance.
just so calm here, just casually steps up.
Here is Mosquera, the fresh-legged Colombian. Mosquera! Oh my word! Off the bench and into the headlines! Is that the goal that gives Atlanta United life in the fight for the playoffs?
The bench and just dances his way into the box there and doesn't hesitate. Just creates an inch against Dylan Nealis, and that's all he needs to pick out that top corner. No chance for Coronel. The Colombian beats the Paraguayan into the net, and Atlanta United from a saved penalty from Brad Guzan on one end, and then in extra time, Mosquera makes the difference. He was disappointed they didn't take all 3 points against Inter Miami and wanted them to get greedy, and would haven't settled for anything in this one. He's continued to change the team.
Nealis the target, back across goal. Williams not clearing away. Manuel has salvaged an equalising goal. We are level with just under 3 minutes to play.
Well, 10-10 stuff, and it's the center back, Noah Isla, who stands this up to Dylan Nealis, and it's a courageous header from him.
Match winner on that occasion. His first goal of what will be a great season for him last year as Cincinnati won the Shield. Here comes the 2022 MVP, Hani Mukhtar. Perez outside him on the right, Nichols into the box. And this is going to fall to Surridge. And an early goal for Nashville. And red-hot Sam Surridge is the player that breaks the deadlock with only 4 minutes on the clock.
But the touch, it falls kindly into Surridge. A man in form. 9 on the year coming in. Guys, they just want to know the wine. If you give them a wine, then they'll give it a go. Well, it certainly helps when you get your noses in front.
There's Orishano. And Sods left for Acosta. And he hits it. And he levels. That lead did not last long. Major League Soccer's MVP.
We're allowing Acosta then to step onto it. But there's still quite a bit for Acosta to do. But how well he guides this into the far corner. Doesn't need a lot of power behind it.
The mask protecting a nose injury. And it's Surridge, and it's in! He is becoming Super Sam of Nashville, and BJ Callahan's side reclaim the lead at Geodis Park, 2-1.
Scoring goals, well, they need to find him, but he also needs to make those runs as well. And what a ball that is from Mukhtar, but it needs Zimmerman dragging defenders out.
Four-man Nashville wall. Joe Willis favouring his left. Round it goes, and into the net. It's another very, very special goal from Luca Orishano, and he has levelled the scores in Nashville now. Magical stuff for the 24-year-old. And they silence the Geodis Park fans because it's those travelling Cincinnati fans who are celebrating now. It's 2-2.
A remarkable season of sensational top-bin goals. As FC Cincinnati, pick your poison. Is it going to be Acosta or Orishano? Shano, that left foot curler right into the top bin. Willis, he gets a slight touch.
You got to get wins. You're short on time. You're acquiring some new players as he did.
Well, giveaway here from LAFC. Musa, Pereira to his right. Musa goes by himself! And a clean finish! And the Moose is loose in the first half. 1-0 to FC Dallas.
Musa picks out his spot. He's got 1 touch, 2 touches, gets it out of his feet. Nobody steps to the ball. Segura's late with no pressure. I mean, first of all, you'd like to see him get up and make sure he's not hurt anyway. But on top of it, you just wonder.
Pereira switching the point of attack for Paul Arriola. Barrington lays it off. And it's Delgado. And Dallas double their lead.
By Patrickson Delgado to find the pass, and it's perfectly weighted. The ball back to him. You still got to keep it on frame to get the opportunity for deflection on the way in.
Second goal from Dallas seemingly poked the bear for LAFC because the way that they're pressing and the way they're defending right now. A little more helter-skelter and aggressive. Here's Barrington! It's a third for Dallas! And they might have put it to bed!
With the vision, Farrington with the run, and he slots it home to the near post, just around Segura and in behind Chanot. Haven't even talked about him tonight.
Good build up here from LAFC. Campos had his cross denied by Ibiaga. Back out for Bouanga. Back for Campos. Atuesta bringing it down. Takes a deflection, and it's 3-1. Atuesta got some help, but LAFC do have a goal to bring back to Los Angeles.
So, I mean, even Bouanga right there, that is a moment where normally he's going to take that player, he's going to try to make Paul Ariel, and he's going to go to end line, and he's going to try to...
Gives it back to Look. Driving forward. Into the path of Yeboah it goes. Yeboah with a step over or two. And then tucking it perfectly inside the post. Kelvin Yeboah has fired Minnesota United in front. That's why they brought him here.
Just through the heart of Sporting Kansas defense and through the midfield, just drives through, perfectly weighted pass. There's still work for Yeboah to do. Just cuts.
So Rosales. Trapped. Forward now Longwane flag is down. Longwane tucks it in. And Minnesota United, with their first ever regular season win at Children's Mercy Park, they have knocked their rivals out of the playoffs, and the Loons here are flying.
This is excellent. Just keep an eye on Loon, always in a position to support his teammates, and that's wonderful vision. Just so.
Austin has been really good defending set pieces all the way to the back post. Headed down, Kadoski! Oh my! The Panamanian finds something out of nothing. And a huge goal for visiting Houston. It's the first time they have scored against Austin this season.
And this is why set pieces are so important. The team has not been creating a lot offensively, but you lay one up.
Listen, he's 19 years of age, and I have to understand that he will make some mistakes. But in that second half, he had 3 phenomenal stops.
Marchuk, good control off the right foot to the left foot, and outside the 6, tucks it away. A huge summer market for Real Salt Lake, but when you are implementing all those new players into your roster, you wonder how quickly they take to it.
Back across the green as Maxime Crepeau can't get down quick enough. He's got the time, he's got the space, he creates just a little bit more of an angle.
Catranis. Marcel looking comfortable now in this attacking third. Luna just out of the reach of Julio, but he might get back as Ken Crooks. Open goal mouth! Right on cue! How's that for a spotlight? Flag is up.
Everyone onside. Catranis is he leading? Now my question is, Bravo keep him? Does Bravo keep him in an onside position, or does the...
After review, there are 2 players in an offside position from RSL. However, they do not impact the goalkeeper. Therefore, final decision is goal.
They were booing. They didn't hear the however.
They didn't want to hear the however. I remember Brian O'Hagan.
Quick ball. Found the target. Miller! It's over the line! Timbers back in business! Eric Miller is going to claim it! Or is it Anthony?
I think it might have been Anthony. In the 63rd minute, here at America First Field. Initial ball, poor marking.
Long distance. This may be one of those moments. Vander up and in! Uchamagooch! Don't put in your MVP ballots just yet! Evander off the crossbar and in, make it 33 goal contributions and his 15th goal of the season.
About the best number 10 in Major League Soccer, and Evander being a part of that conversation. What an incredible free kick this is. Opens up his hips, kisses the underside of the crossbar. Gavin Beavers just stoned to his line. And it's the 11th game in a row which Evander has had a goal contribution for the Portland Timbers.
A little rush of blood there for Crépeau, but no harm done in the end. RSL starting to get their foot back on that pedal. Luna for Chicho. Controlled there by Brody. Into Arango. Across it comes Diogo! The summer market players making the difference tonight for Real Salt Lake.
He opens up his hips. He's got the goalkeeper, Maxime Crépeau, at his mercy. I talked about Diogo Gonçalves finding time. So despite both of these teams being really good in the attacking phase of play in 2024, historically there hasn't been in the last couple of seasons.
Araujo's cross for Rodriguez! More goals! What is going on at the high altitude of Utah? It was a wing and a prayer by Miguel Araujo. I don't know how he got up there, but he did.
The full 3 points. Araujo gets down, keeps it in the inside. As this drop-down ball from Anthony. The service.
Coming in at this altitude, it's such a heavy fixture list. How difficult is that? Mihailovic for Yappy. Lovely turn. Lays it off. Cannon! You bet! Reggie Cannon! His first as a Rapid, and the rise continues in Colorado.
Because of all the open space, but then that comes down to the soccer IQ here of Reggie Cannon. It's a beautiful movement down into the channel. Yappy, in the first half, he made the mistake.
In MLS have been saved, but it'll be Georgi Mihailovic, who's 3 for 5 from the spot. And Colorado's designated player steps up and dispatches. Panenka is perfect, and so too are the Rapids.
Yappy earns the penalty. Mihailovic with the Panenka, and the Colorado Rapids have secured a postseason.
St. Louis had the bye, but Ian Russell saying that he's seen teams perform 3 games in a week without a problem, so he's not making an excuse there.
Ball's in, straight through, tucked in, unbelievable. He did it inside 5 minutes. Ultimately, Cedric Teuscher remains red hot for St. Louis.
And he couldn't miss from there. Good play down the left-hand side. Both center backs drawn to the ball, and it gets through everyone as it comes in from the flank, and well left there.
Here it comes from Harwald, and no chance for Yarbrough. No attempt from the keeper. It's 2-0 for St. Louis.
He just froze him with a little stutter step, as it's a calmly taken penalty by Hartl, who has 2 goals and 4 assists since coming over. So his involvement and Teuschert's involvement.
Or Capo. The line of Capo gets it back. Bobasi. Capo, he's got some space right side of the box, and Bobasi! Beautiful from the Earthquakes. They're back in it. It's a 2-1 match here at PayPal Park.
It is a beautiful goal, and it's exactly what I was just speaking about. Good entry ball from Espinoza, and it's a Capo rather who lays it off, and a good left-footed finish from the veteran.
Said by a commentator this season inside this stadium. Ricky Pooch threads that one through. Jovalic trying to keep his balance. Peck opens up, scores! He just glided it into the bottom corner. Takaoka with absolutely no chance. And the Galaxy have the breakthrough.
Dejan Jovalic, just keep an eye on the center of your screen. Just the way he attacks space, that first touch that leads him. And we talk about the willingness of Gabriel Peck to come in off of that.
Nelson well positioned. Great ball. Yeah, really good pass, Gabriel Peck. Ricky Pooch trying to make a run in between the centre-backs. Peck finds him. Peck gets it back. The cross! Deflected in. Might be an own goal. Doesn't matter to the Galaxy. Transition moments once again.
And now Peck has a full head of steam ahead of him. Good options, good 1v1, good combination play.
Yoshida with the header. How many times are we going to say that? Berhalter, Gold, Garces, Gold, opened up for a shot there, still has it, gets it back, Gold with the cross towards the far post, Berhalter with the header, the flick it! Brian White bundles it over the line, he gets his goal, and all of a sudden the complexion of this game has changed.
Just brought a different spark to this team. Just keep an eye at the bottom of your screen, because he's just going to clip this ball to the back post. Sebastian Berhalter gambles, puts himself into a dangerous...
I was going to say comfortable for McCarthy, juggled it for a moment.
Look at the bottom of your screen, look at Peck.
Oh, acres of space. What a ball from Ricky Pooch. Gabriel Peck, that's inside. Peso scores! Flagstaff's down. The Galaxy have restored the 2-goal cushion, and it was so easy once again.
Blackman puts himself in the 18, expecting service from Sam Adekugbe, so he leaves his whole left side wide open. Transition moment, Gabriel Peck.
When Vancouver play in the Canadian Championship, oh boy.
Yeah, Peck. Pooch making a run down the middle. Garce is coming forward as well. Pooch goes for goal, scores! Almost from the same position he got the 4th goal last week in El Tráfico. The Samba celebrations begin.
To allow the run to come on his weaker shoulder, that invites the Vancouver defender to cheat a little bit.
They were the marquee names, weren't they, back in the day? You had the Beckhams, the Keanes. Oh, and it's crept in at the far post.
96 minutes. But in the end, Ryan Gauld's service does enough to just elude Maya Yoshida.
Now Harry. Sullivan running at Santos. He got around Santos and around Eno. Still Sullivan in the box, and it's easily turned home by Uwa. A marauding run from Quinn Sullivan and a tap in for Uwa. First chance for Philly, and they draw first blood.
Easy touch in for Uwa in the end. Just taps it in. Excellent work from Quinn Sullivan on that far side. Bypass Eno. It looked like he was even with Uwa.
Now Harriel cutting it back. Oh, there was almost another opportunity. Still could be one. And this shot is smashed home by Daniel Gazdag. Just like that, a 1-2 punch from Philadelphia.
Gets there first, and what a finish that is, just to tuck it in to the far post, makes no mistake about it. There's the cutback ball, but Gazdag finishes off.
The form Philadelphia been in could be the type of team that could pose problems for the higher seeded teams in the East if they can get to the postseason. Here's Sullivan. Sullivan driving it across, and the header is knocked home. Sullivan has been an absolute nightmare for DC United, and this time it's Baribo.
Do whatever he can to go 1v1 and deliver balls like that, and what a finish. Baribo just meets it in the air, and it's just an easy finish with his head.
Quick has to give it back to McVeigh. It's a bad pass. Baribo pounces on it, and he gives it up unselfishly, and it's 4-0 Philadelphia. The Union are absolutely cruising. Gazdag's got a brace, and this Union side are feeling it tonight.
Throughout the backside, so if there's ever a loose ball like that one from Click, it's going to be an easy pickoff on just how they're creating the separation.